Please tell us your name.
It's Donald Norris.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Son of Rose Norris and Charles Bernard Norris.
All right. Where were you born and what year?
I was born right across the street from the Coliseum at County USC when they were located right up front Hoover in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. And well, you already told us who your mother and father were, and what did your parents do? What did your parents do for a living?
My father was a Deputy Probation Officer, Senior Deputy Probation Officer for Los Angeles County. His last gig was working for Maclaren Hall, which actually they were going to rename after him before he passed. But that never came to be because he passed from open heart surgery. He died on the table. And then my mom was a school teacher, elementary school teacher, for 44 years.
Awesome. Wow. And you said McLaren Hall?
Maclaren.
Oh, McLaren Hall. So where is McLaren Hall?
That's in Los Angeles, towards East LA. I forget what the exact area. It's not even McLaren Hall anymore. But it was juvenile detention center.
Wow.
My dad was in law enforcement.
Wow.
And that's the way I see it. He was Deputy Probation Officer for juvenile delinquents.
It must have made an incredible impact for them to even consider.
My father was probably one of the most incredible men. Between me and my sister, we were just, it's difficult to describe, but this is a man that you would go to an event, and at that time, Tom Bradley, who was, he was a city councilman, he was just off of LAPD. He and Tom Bradley were like best buddies. And if there was Yvonne Brightway, they were very close friends. And these are now iconic names in the Black community, but back in the day, it's like my father was like right up there with him. He was
Mayor of Los Angeles, well, former mayor of Los Angeles.
No, the guy that has the airport terminal named after him.
Wow.
Was very close friends. He showed up to my father during his funeral. He had 60. I remember 60 cars that in the procession. It's like, who does that?
Wow.
And it's like, to this day, I have friends that I grew up with that if I had 1/10 of what my father had, then I would be an amazing human being. But right now, it's just a memory. Friends today just look back on my father. They call me up and they still ask about how my dad was, or recall things that my dad did for them back in the day.
Wow, what a blessing to have a father like that.
Yeah, he was just an amazing man.
Wow.
Mom was pretty amazing too, but she was kind of my secret weapon. She was just an amazingly funny woman. I think she was a weapon because she had a sense of humor that was next to none. She was very funny. But between the two of them, two Sagittarius, you put them in the same room, it's like putting nitrogen and glycerin and trying to shake it up. And it's not a good scene.
Right, okay. Do you have any siblings?
I have, yes, one I love very dearly, my sister Beverly. We're very different people. She, I think, takes a little bit more in some ways after my father, and I take a little bit more after my mom. Well, no, actually, I reverse that. I think she takes more after my mom, and I think that she takes, I don't know, I think I was adopted. I take after the mailman.
That's funny. So, excuse me, where did you grow up in Los Angeles?
Well, my first grew up on a street called Harcourt, which is, they sold that house, or the city took it over so they could build the Santa Monica Freeway. And to this day, there's a sign that over where our living room used to be, when you go drive over the Santa Monica Freeway, that says that says Harcourt. So that was the first place that we lived. Then we moved. After that, we moved to a house on Genesee, which was in LA, not too far from where we sit now, kind of towards the west side. And then we moved over to a neighborhood. At that time, it was a very nice neighborhood called Windsor Hills. And I just remember how much hatred there was towards black people back in the day. That we were looking at houses, and if you imagine a family, let's see, this was about 1960, 61. And white people would just boldly come out and say, "You buy that house, we're going to burn it down." So that was
Wow.
So that was Windsor Hills.
Your family was out looking for a home. You're a child.
Yeah, I'm a child. Yeah,
You're a child with your sister.
So, the type of person my dad was, he bought the house. He said, "Yeah, and."
Right.
So
that says a lot about the strong man that he was.
Yeah, he was an incredible human being. Yes.
Wow.
I rap for my real niggas, city of angels, where we strive to survive, gotta stay on the hustle. You rap, play sports, or cook in the kitchen. Others take the church route and focus on religion. To my preachers, hustlers, gangsters, girls, get that money, everybody all over the world. To my preachers, hustlers, gangsters, girls, get that money, everybody all over the world. Oh.